decorated officer, went to law school at Boston University School of Law, edited their law review, and that's how they got the prize of Edward Brooke there. Not only was Edward Brooke the first African American to serve in the Senate, if I could have another 2 minutes from the gentleman.
I'll yield the lady 2 more minutes.
Gentlelady is recognized for 2 more minutes.
Senator Brooke just began by breaking barriers. He was the first African American in the United States to be elected a state attorney general, and the first to be elected to statewide office. And here's a man that made the most of whatever office he had. That was the time of the famous Boston Strangler case, and Brooke adopted a very broad notion of his role as Attorney General and the state's chief law enforcement officer by bringing the county district attorneys together, the fragmented police forces, and coordinating the multiple jurisdictions to successfully conclude that massive investigation. And it was in 1966. We were just passing the civil rights laws, which he himself helped engineer. And in 1966, he came to the Senate, and the list of laws he is responsible for is indeed long. His leadership on the 1968 Housing Act, his leadership in the battle to uphold the Voting Rights Act, the Brooke Amendment, providing that tenants of public housing pay no more than 25% of their income for housing, his leadership on the creation of Washington's metro system, which most of the staff here use. He's written a book published in 2007, Bridging the Divide, My Life, Senator Edward W. Brooke. It certainly would be a marriage of history if we were, as I believe we will, to pass the D.C. Voting Rights Act in this very year, that Senator Edward Brooke, who championed the rights of his city and all Americans in the very same year in which he is honored. I thank the gentleman for yielding.
The gentleman from California.
I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman continues to reserve. The
I'd like to
Pennsylvania.
recognize Mr. Governor, the gentleman from Massachusetts, for 2 minutes.
Gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized for 2 minutes.
I thank the gentleman. I just wanted to come to the floor as a native of Massachusetts to say how proud I am that we will honor Edward Brooke with the gold medal, Congressional gold medal, and I am proud of all of the accomplishments of Senator Brooke. You know, he was a Republican, and I'm a Democrat, and I come from a family of Democrats, but my very first vote when I was eligible to vote was for Senator Brooke. And I voted for him in spite of the fact that he was a Republican. I voted for him because I believed in him, and I believed in what he stood for. I admired his being a champion of civil rights, of human rights. I admired his work on the Voting Rights Act and so many other areas. He was a historic figure, as has been pointed out, the first popularly elected African American to serve in the United States Senate. But he was a man who had the common touch and who represented the people of Massachusetts with great dignity. And I am proud that my first vote was for Ed Brooke. And I look forward to being there when he is honored. But I wanted to just say, as somebody from Massachusetts, that this is a really special tribute for an extraordinary man. And I am very proud that this House is doing that. I yield back my time.
Gentleman from California.
Mr. Speaker, yield myself as time as I may consume. Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that I enjoyed the remarks of the gentleman from Massachusetts. I would just make one correction. He said that Senator Brooke was a Republican. As far as I understand, he still is a Republican. And one of the things I was looking forward to when I was first elected in 1978 was joining people in my party, such as Senator Brooke, and having an opportunity to work with him. And I was saddened in 1978 when he lost for re-election at that point in time, but then was privileged to work with him on that national commission. And I found him to be a gentleman, above all, a real gentleman, with a soft-spoken manner, who listened to what others had to say, did not put himself out front, but tried to